pain relief, it's kedai, in this case, to try as hard as he can to get the pill down. If he really feels he can't do without water, then we should really be putting the water. Now, the place can say to put a little soap in. I'm worried about that so if it's practical, the person might get nauseous, having water with soap. Rabbi Yashiv was always practical. He said, take the pill and crush the pill into the water. So that the bitterness of the pill will take away the pleasant flavor of the water, and hope that it's considered pogum, and then drink that water to get down the pill. 2 points I wanted to mention, and one of course is important as far as what does it mean pachis. So I'm going to be very practical because it's important to know this. The shear on Yom Kippur is not a kazayis or kebeya, it's a kaiseves. That's a little less than a kebeya, but it's more than a kazayis. So to make a very long story short, when it comes to benching or eating or mitzvahs or matzah, since it's such a big machlokes, we always take the biggest share, and especially, people like a mitzvah to eat, so you'll eat a lot of matzah, wonderful, no problem, take the biggest share. When it comes to Yom Kippur, we're trying to make it pachis, we try to take the smallest share. So without getting into the details, the poskim came to the conclusion that there is a share that's definitely pachis l'chol days, and that is the volume of a typical schnapps cup, the disposable schnapps cup. That's an ounce, and that displaces an ounce. So food that fits into that schnapps cup is definitely pachis l'chol days. Now you might say it maybe a little more, I know that. But l'chol days, and all the opinions, the volume of food that fits into a schnapps cup is definitely less than the share. So someone knows he has to eat a Yom Kippur pachis. So Erev Yom Kippur, you have a homework to do. Take bread or challah, whatever you steak, whatever you like, and make sure that it's smaller than that, and make a whole bag of them, and make 50 of them. And if you take fluffy challah, you could squeeze it in because it's volume, not weight, and make pachis. And when he needs it, he will eat that.
How many minutes?
How many minutes is also the same question. If the shear ranges from 2.5 minutes to achilas pras l'chumra to 9 minutes, some Sefer says 9 minutes might be the achilas pras, or Moshe was shocked about that, but if the Chassidaifa said it, we should be machmer. So you take a piece of challah, whatever it is, or steak, whatever you like, wait 9 minutes, another piece as long as you could do it. Now, I know it's a small amount, and sometimes it doesn't work, so then you go back to the halacha, eat kasher. Drink, again, without the details, is 1 1/3 ounce of liquid is typically less than a malay lugma. Malay lugma, God is totally in the person, but basically take that amount, wait 9 minutes, and go right. If someone said, I can't wait 9 minutes, he has to eat more, so 4 minutes is definitely less than chilas pras, like many shitas, but we are trying to do the chumrah 9 minutes and space it out and make more. You're allowed to eat and drink in the same time, because achila and shti is not mitzvah, so you can take a piece of challah and a drink and wait 9 minutes. And one last shayla, which I think is a mitzvah lefarsim, ask a reliable doctor what the condition is. A paisik neman, ish neman told me, but did they have uvda? There was a chayil that had nevach and a machla, and it was doing okay, but he had to go, he wanted to know about Yom Kippur. So he asked his doctor, the doctor says, fasting is dangerous, don't you dare fast. Okay? The next day, and I kid you not, the next day, he had to undergo a test. And these tests have to be taken on an empty stomach. So the doctor scheduled it for 1:30 in the afternoon. He was a little offended, why wait? I have to fast to 1:30? He went to the office, the doctor said, we have a delay, maybe 3:30. She goes, doctor, I'm fasting. He goes, there's nothing wrong if you fast. The next day, Toya Kadei Dibur. So you have to ask a doctor that's trustworthy, but hope you yoitza the eating, which mizaycha to fast, and the Hashem to Torah, and the Machsim Tova, Lanu L'chol Yisrael, Amen V'Amen.
Shem Yigashika, I could be a shikar today shir. Machsim Tova to the whole. There will be a shir next week, Erev Sukkot, 10 o'clock, and Yom Sukkot. Next week, Sunday, there will be a shir, Erev Sukkot, from Smith, 10 o'clock. Because after the Kaddish, we're supposed to say Sikkim of today's shir. But now you're going to catch him, also guys, both of the Zakis, it's still being here on Talmud, Shnemal, and the Chofetz, and Tzidka, Gagdul Teriyad.
Hey,
Okay, but it's a seeking of today's shir, even though it's going to be shorter than the shir, it's not going to be pockets like the shir, it's going to be the same chashav as the shir.
Okay, we're going to give a chatzi shir now. Briefly, what we learned today, first of all, the importance of a tainus should never be, we should never underestimate the chizah of a tainus, besides the yesh beikaris and the asay, but it's part of the ikka part of the kapara, and people have to be, have the foresight to make sure that they watch themselves the days before, whether it's exert themselves, older people especially, but make sure the tainus works. And if need be, as the Choseifer writes, and all the places agree, it's better to stay in bed a whole day and not daven so much, and not go to shul, but the fast has to be done. Help the wives, it's kedai to miss davening, but people should try to fast. That's the top priority, the ikka avodas hayom. But equally, perhaps more important, is the mitzvah of all mitzvahs, the chai bohem. They not only don't have to be machmir, not allowed to be machmir. I forgot to mention, even if you hold, you're allowed to be ma'aseh nefesh for other isurim, like the shita of those Rishonim. That's only because the makam of Kiddush Hashem. It's up to your advance, but here it's not a Kiddush Hashem to be suicidal. So you're not to be machmir. It's considered suicide, chas v'shalom. And if a person eats, he should do it b'simcha, he didn't muchen and mezumin. And his chisha, he has the mitzvah of eating and the mitzvah of chisha l'asais, mitzvah of fasting. And of course, it's hoyless and sichlos to think he needs a kapara for what he ate. We're a soldier, we have to be a bal nefesh. A bal nefesh is tight, he's a bailam on his nefesh. He's control of his ruchnius. You tell me to eat, I eat. Tell me to fast, I fast. It's only rain on Sukkot because the Bereshit threw the rain at us, and B'yad Hashem, that's a siman loy toiv. But eating is definitely not a siman loy toiv. Any suffix, and you can't clarify it by a doctor or a rav, pikuach nefesh is lahachmir in pikuach nefesh. We paskin, that's the minig, if it's possible to give him pachis, and avoid giving a big amount. Like the truth is, if you see today, we learned it's a very small amount in 9 minutes, sometimes it's not satisfying. If you can't, then give him a full amount. But basically, we try to do pachis, because the whole heter is a hutcha, it's not a across-the-board hutcha. Chaim Shita rather is used as a sniff in other situations, but basically we follow the Shulchan Aruch that we try pachis. If a person needs to drink, but there's no need to eat, if there's no heter to eat, it's not once I'm fat, I'm eating, so I'm hefker developed. It's only what's needed, and as day goes on, a person has to really appraise the situation, what's necessary. If he ate and now he's out of sakana, so stop eating. Candies is one exception that a person should avoid even if he eats regularly, but the food itself could be regular quality, maybe there's a little simchas yomtiv, and basically the food should be the same, and again, if it's satisfying, then probably he will be able to make away with less. You don't have to be piping the food, that's certain. If a person needs liquid, there's no need to have dafka water. If I get a good drink, might fill him up and give him more koyach to go on. If the only time that we say to try to minimize the hanaf is based on the Chassam Sofer regarding an epidemic where now he's healthy, or a soldier that's perfectly healthy, it's preventing a potential problem which is now non-existent, then we try to pachis, and we try certainly even to minimize the town. The chiddush of the chinuch was that if now he's aim by sakana, but it's going to progress into a real need, then we say take pachis now, and that's the consensus of Paiskim. Better take pachis now and not have to come on to a full amount. So Vazda says a soldier who now is perfectly healthy, there's no heter for pachis. So then when he gets to the problem, he'll have to deal with it then. Or Yoledes, the first 3 days is not allowed to fast. If she feels she needs food, then gesundheit eat regularly. If she asks and I do not need to eat, then give her pachas. If she says nothing, the minig is to give her what she needs based on the doctor. If basically the medicine on Yom Kippur, like Shabbos, is mutter, pain relief is the problem. If a person is incapacitated, he can take without water. If he has to take water to shver shayla, unless it's a chol sheyesh b'sakon, then he should be paigim the water. And basically, an ounce, a schnapps cup, which is an ounce, a volume of an ounce, that's an oichel. 1 1/3 ounce is a shtia. Wait preferable 9 minutes, and ask the right doctor to know what to do.
So what do you say about the suppository?